Now here we're going to multiply the two radical expressions, but notice this. They're the exact same expression except for the sign. One is a plus, the other is a minus. I want to remind you about this formula that you've probably seen before. So if you have an a plus b times a minus b, you square the first minus square the second. So this is a shortcut. You don't have to do the long multiplication if you memorize this formula. So if you have this situation, a plus b times a minus b, then all you have to do is square the first minus square the second. So 2 radical x the whole squared, 3 radical y the whole squared. So this is equal to square the first, so that is 2 squared radical x squared minus 3 squared radical y squared. So this is equal to 4x minus, so 2 squared is 4, radical x the whole squared is x, 3 squared is 9, radical y the whole squared is y. So your answer is 4x minus 9y. So anytime you see this sort of a multiplication where you have a plus b times a minus b, always use the shortcut. This is called the difference of squares. So these are squares and it's the difference of squares. So a plus b times a minus b is square the first minus square the second. Now notice again here, you have a term a plus a term b, the exact same term a, and the only difference is you have a minus term b. So you have square the first, so you have square root of x plus 3 the whole squared minus square the second term. Notice we're again using the same formula. It's the difference of squares. The only thing you need to do is recognize the pattern. The pattern should be in this form: a plus b, a minus b, the exact same term except for the sign. So then it becomes a difference of squares. So square root squared, these two cancel each other out, and you have x plus 3 minus 5 squared is 25. So you have x plus 3 minus 25. So this is equal to x minus 22. Now, what if you have radical x minus 4 plus 2 and radical x minus 4 minus 2. So a plus b times the same a minus b. Again, recognize the pattern. You square the first. So the first term is radical x minus 4, square it, minus square the second. So this is equal to x minus 4, because the radical sign cancels with the 2, and minus 4. So this becomes 2 squared is 4. So it's x minus 4 minus 4, which is equal to x minus 8. So make sure you memorize these special products. These are called special products. So you don't have to do long multiplication or FOIL method. If you know these special products and you recognize them when you see them. So what's our first special product? It's a difference of squares. When do you do difference of squares? When you have the exact same terms multiplied together except for the sign in the middle. So a plus b times a minus b. So I don't have to do long multiplication. Don't need to use the FOIL method. I just go square the first minus square the second. So I have the first term is 5. The second term is radical x I square the first, so I get a 25, minus square the second, which is an x. Square root the whole squared is an x. So we did the multiplication without actually doing all the work because we memorized these formulas. So that's our first one, a difference of squares. Now the second special product and the third one are similar. It's a plus b the whole squared. If I take the sum of two squares, then square the first plus twice the product of the two, square the second. So first term minus second term, the whole squared is square the first term minus twice the product of the two terms plus square the second term. So that's what we're going to do here. Notice that this is a minus. So this is my first term. I square the first term minus twice the product of the two terms minus square the second term. So I don't have to do the multiplication the long way because this formula gives me the final answer. It's kind of like a shortcut. So I take the first term, square it, minus twice the product of the two terms minus square the second term. So this is equal to radical x the whole squared, which is x, minus 3 times 2 is 6, radical x, minus square the second term, which is 9. So basically this is the product, which is radical x minus 3 times radical x minus 3. And that's what radical x minus 3 the whole squared is. If we didn't know this special product, we'd be doing it the long way using the FOIL method. But the minute you recognize that it's a special product, so in this case, it's the third special product. Now I'm going to change this to a positive just so that way you notice that, again, it's a special product. It's the second one. It's a sum of two. It's a binomial. Two terms, the whole squared. The sum of two terms, the whole squared. So this is how it works. I don't want to do the long multiplication. If I had to do the long multiplication, this is what I'd be doing. Radical x minus 5 plus 3 times radical x minus 5 plus 3. It's repeated multiplication. So I'm going to go square the first plus, because that's a plus, twice the product of the two plus square the second. So this is my first term. This is my first term. And it's going to be radical x minus 5 the whole squared. 2 times radical x minus 5 times 5 and then 5 squared. So radical x minus 5 the whole squared, the radical and the square cancel each other out, and I have x minus 5 plus 2 radical x minus 5 times 5. The 5 gets multiplied to 2, so that's a 10 radical x minus 5 plus the square of the second, which is 25. So this is equal to x minus 5 plus 10 radical x minus 5 plus 25. I simplify. Negative 5 plus 25 is 20. So x plus 10 radical x minus 5 plus 20. And that's my final answer. So I don't have to do long multiplication. I can just find the answer by using one of the three. Okay, so this again is a whole squared, a binomial, the whole squared. For the first one, we'll need to use the third special product. So it's in the form a minus b the whole squared. So I don't have to do the long multiplication. I'm going to just use the formula. Square the first minus, because this is a minus, twice the product of the two plus square the second. So this is 4 squared minus 4 times radical x minus 1 plus square the second. So that's squaring radical x minus 1. So 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8. Radical x minus 1 plus, when I square the next one, I get x minus 1. So this is equal to 16 minus 8 radical x minus 1 plus x minus 1. So 16 minus 1 is 15. So I'm looking at 16 minus 1 minus 8 radical x minus 1 plus x, and that's the final answer. Now same thing here. It's again one of the special products, a plus b the whole squared. I'm going to use the second formula, which says square the first plus twice the product of the two terms plus square the second term. So radical x plus 1 the whole squared plus 2 radical x plus 1 times 1 plus 1 squared. So this is equal to radical x plus 1 the whole squared is x plus 1 plus 2 radical x plus 1 plus 1 squared, which is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So you have x plus 2 radical x plus 1 plus 2. In any order, the sum gives you the final answer.